All right, welcome back to iCanMod. Just stopping in for a quick announcement. You would have seen on our Instagram that we posted that we are back and we are filming, which is good news. But I'm here today to talk to you about this. I've been alluding to this for a little while now when I've been reviewing parts of the Lancel 2 mesh case. I've been planning a build for myself, my, I guess, somewhat dream PC, obviously with the current limitations in what is actually available. This is as close as I can get right now with the budget that I have. So I've gone all out as best I can on the parts that I want and the parts that I prefer. So this is all about me. So it is my birthday on Friday this week. So to celebrate that, one of the things I love to do is build computers, hence why I'm building my own dream PC. And I want to share that with you guys. So I've got all the parts now. Everything's all here. It's in my hand. Thank the Lord for that. So I'm going to build it on live stream on YouTube on Saturday the 22nd of May. 10 a.m. roughly Australian Eastern Standard Time is the time that we're looking to start. I'm not going to be trying to speed build this. I'm going to take my time, probably over a good 2, 3, maybe 4 hours, just depending on what we do and how we go about it. I also will need to break down my old PC and get some things out of it, like the M.2 drive, which I have already been using, and a couple other pieces, like my storage devices and setting them up. So there's going to be a lot going on. So it's going to be it's not going to be a super quick build, but we're going to take our time with it. Hopefully, if all the camera stuff works out, I'll be able to also chat with you guys live and everything too. Lockie or Lockdown, my partner in iCanMod, he'll hopefully be stopping by and chatting with everyone in the chat, and yeah, we might even see if we can get him on camera because he's in Perth. But I just wanted to show you guys what it's all going to be about. So let's take a quick look at the parts before Saturday. All right, so parts. I'm just going to get a few things down here because I know I'm probably going to hurt myself if I don't do that. First things first, let's start with the basics. Got the Lee & Lee, told you I dropped something. Got the Lee & Lee Lancel 2 mesh performance case, which I did do the review on, and I'll try and link that video either here or here, somewhere, one of those ways. So you can have a look at that. And I also did a secondary video, which I'll try and link as well, where I went through installing the hot swappable backplate and the USB-C front port. Now I do need to go back and fix something because I have had a look at it since and realized that I've tightened one of the screws incorrectly. So the start button is sticking a little bit when you press it, but that's fixable, so that's not a problem. I also have now the side diffused LED strip to go in there as well. So we'll do all that before we start putting things in the case. But we'll start with the power supply. Let's start with the powertrain. As you can probably tell, I like Republic of Gamers stuff, and I was looking at their 850 watt gold power supply. And that was originally what I was going to buy. It was in the budget, but thanks to Scorptech and their sales, I managed to upgrade. So we now have, I don't know if you can read that, it is the 850 watt Thor. So it's their platinum power supply. It's not gold plus, it's platinum. Still has a 10-year warranty. Cool thing about it is it gives me that extra sort of kick in terms of being flashy, because I want this build to be a little bit flashy. The power supply itself has RGB in it, and it also has an LED screen which will display the power outage or power wattage. So that's cool. Really happy with that. Let's take a look at the motherboard. I believe I have posted a video. I might not have, but I did do a video about getting this one. We've gone with the ROG Strix X70E Gaming Wi-Fi. Why did I choose that board? Well, number one, like I said, I like the Republic of Gamer stuff. I've been a big fan of their stuff for a while. And now that I'm making my own build, it only made sense to do that. Also, too, because I have gone with a Ryzen CPU, which I'll get to in a second, I like the way this board looks. I like the headers and stuff that are on it, so that the functionality on the board itself. And I also just think it goes really well with the aesthetic that I'm going for. So it's black, mainly black. I'm trying to do everything black with most likely a green sort of highlight to it. So it's got that full blacked out style that I like, and the RGB in there is all controllable as well. So that will do very nicely. Now, obviously I mentioned we are going with a Ryzen. So I did contemplate the 7 and the 9, and I had to be a little bit realistic with the prices. So I've scaled it back to a Ryzen 5 5600X. So it is 6 cores, 12 threads, and because it is the X version, it does have a higher gigahertz rating, I should say. So 3.7 base with a 4.6 boost. So I'll be looking to boost the hell out of that, but that should do nicely. Now, if we're going to boost the hell out of that, we need to keep it cool. And when I heard that Fantex were making an AIO, I thought, oh, that's interesting. And then I saw it and I was hooked. I think it is one of the coolest looking AIOs on the market today. And obviously I've researched it. It's getting great reviews and great performance. So this is the Glacier One 240 MP. So it's a 240 rad or radiator, which will fit nicely in the top of the LAN Core 2. So I'll have nice space there. The fans that I've got for it, because I'm going to replace the fans, they'll fit on there too. But I love the low profile of the CPU, the CPU pump, so the heatsink, and it has a cover that sits on it that's RGB lit. It's very mirrored and cool. So it's very low profile. It's very clean. It's going to go really well with the aesthetic that I want. So I'm really happy about that. Now, next, let's talk about memory. Going back to the flashy side of things, one of the least understated things in this build is probably the memory and the case fans. I've loved these. From the moment I first saw them, I thought they were really cool. So I was like, got to have them. And the company that I got most of these parts through, which I'll shout them out shortly, managed to get these in for me. They didn't have many left, but they got one for me. It's by XPG. It is the Spectrix D60G. It is DDR4 memory, 3600 megahertz. Has a case latency of 18. It's a little bit higher than I wanted, but if I was to go lower than that, the price just becomes ridiculous. And obviously at iCanMod, we do like to try and build within a budget. So I would try to stick to my budget as close as possible, but that is a 32 gig set. So I don't know if you guys have seen this. Let's pull it out and show you. But it is one of the most RGB lit RAM sticks I've seen. So everything that is white there that looks plasticky, that's the diffused RGB. So they just look really cool, they look tough. And when they're lit up, look amazing. So I'm really excited for you guys to see that in the build. We'll get to the graphics card last, because I know that's the thing that everyone wants to hear about. But I'm really happy because I've got my hands on some Lian Li SL120 Unifans. These things can be extremely difficult to get, and especially over the last sort of 6 months, they've been like pulling hen's teeth to try and find. Lucky enough, I managed to get 2. So I now have 6 fans, which means I can go 3 in the front, 2 on the rad, 1 at the back, which will give me extra lighting that I need to keep that flashy style. And obviously, the benefit of getting 2 packs of 3 is that if one of the controllers doesn't work or it breaks or whatever, I've got a second one there that I can use as a bit of redundancy, which is kind of cool. So, finally, the one you've all been waiting for. I like Sapphire as a brand. I've used Sapphire graphics cards in the past. We put a Sapphire Nitro RX 580, sorry, into the build we did for Kazillion. Reports on that, he loves his computer and it is running very, very smoothly, so awesome. But I wanted to go into this new phase, these new graphics cards, and I couldn't justify going over, 6700 XT price-wise. I will look to upgrade that later, especially if we get sponsorships and things like that. It'd be nice to try other higher-end graphics cards. But in terms of my budget right now, and obviously for what I play too, I made a decision based on what I play. I don't need an RTX 3090 or a 6900 XT. I don't have the need for it. So enable me to get a better CPU, better base products or components that I can build on. I went with the Sapphire Nitro Plus RX 6700 XT. It is a 12 gig card. It's overclockable, PCI Gen 4, and it is rated for 1440p gaming. So I don't generally play over 1440. In fact, my monitors are only handling 1080p at the moment. So this fits in perfectly, which leads me to a little surprise that I got today. I found a little bit of extra money and I figured, well, now I have a RX 6700 XT that does 1440. My current monitor that I use for my gaming, or my main monitor, is a Gigabyte G27 FC. So it's a 1080p curved monitor, 27 inch. I've got the big brother of that one now, same size, but it's the better model. So I've now got and picked up to have as my main gaming monitor, a G27 QC. Basically, the main difference is the resolution. So it does 1440p resolution. Still has 165 hertz like the FC. Still has 1 millisecond response time, etc. So I'm really excited in order of being able to link those two together, and especially once I move into a new house. So moving forward, and we're going to get back into filming. So we're going to start the major, presence back on YouTube with the live stream on the 22nd of May at approximately 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Sorry for those of you in America if you are tuning in. I can't remember what time that is. But yeah, that's the parts. So it's going to be fun. Keep an eye out too, as we are starting to film again as well. We'll be getting our Clean This series up and off the grounds. I'm in the process of recording the intro for that, or the first episode to intro PC maintenance. And then we also got a series that we're going to start working on called What Is It? Where we're going to sort of pull things out of their box and explain what they are, what they do, what you need to look for, key things that, especially the motherboard. How do you choose your right motherboard? How do you choose the right CPU motherboard combination for what you want to do? How do you choose the right graphics card, the right RAM, speeds, a lot of different stuff. So we've got a lot of stuff planned. Obviously, most of that won't be able to take place until I move, but we're going to get at least the intros to those done so you guys can see what's coming. But this is just a little update video just to let you know that we are still here and we have some exciting things on the way. So yeah, I hope you join us on Saturday for my build. If there's anything that you want to see, like we always say, just drop a comment in below, send us a message. However, you can send us a message on Instagram, whatever, and we will endeavour to help you with that. So basically, as we always say, keep building, keep learning, and we'll see you on Saturday.